Hey, I'm Kaz, a channel for the higher light.
And I'm Sally, your energetic guide and card reader.
This is the Quantum Thread.
A space to demystify energy, explore consciousness, and empower you to trust your inner truth. Well, hello everyone. It's Kaz and Sally back here with episode 8. Kaz, can you believe it, on the Quantum Thread?
I know, it's wonderful. I'm absolutely loving it, and I know you are too. So thank you everyone for being here.
Yeah, it just feels right. And I just think the topics that we cover are just very in tune with what's going on energetically. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're it's all about migrating or transitioning from 3D to 5D, whatever you want to call it, old Earth, new Earth, whatever.
We have to stay we have to stay grounded in our humanness. Like,
Mhm.
yes, we are evolving, but you know, remembering that we are humans and need to stay level-headed as well as rise is a key to getting there, I think.
It is key, isn't it? And as part of that, I thought today we might discuss about part of this transition is about letting go of a lot of stuff. It really is letting go, but very importantly, letting go of the stories that we keep playing out, because they're keeping us tethered to the past. They're keeping us tethered in victim mode. And I think, I mean, we were just talking briefly before this, but subconsciously we keep playing out these old stories rather than, sitting more in the present and moving forward. What are your thoughts about stories and how they impact us?
I have been the victim of my own storytelling in my life. I have replayed and replayed and replayed and replayed, gone over in my mind that many times some of my own stories that I have actually remanifested the same or very similar situations.
Yeah.
And it is a no-win situation. A part of healing is, yes, acknowledging, being aware of what has happened to you and how you feel about that. But it's less about continuing to think about that and continuing to refeel that than it is to find ways to overcome that. And I'm still doing that now in certain ways. There's so many different parts to life that, we can only elevate what we can, what we're ready to elevate.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
little steps.
yeah, it is simple, small steps. And as you said, it's having that awareness. So then we can
Yeah.
have acceptance of what's gone on, but also the gratitude for the lessons it's learned, for what it's taught us. And, we've all got pasts that have been challenging. And, so many of us, let's not, okay, victim, it's a negative word anyway, but yeah, victim, hard done by, or, whatever. Very disempowering when we stay stuck in that story. And yes, a lot of us have experienced hardships. We have, absolutely. But part of our journey is to overcome that by empowering ourselves through tools and tapping into our toolbox. That really helps us navigate forward. So it's a bit like it's having forgiveness for the situation. We never need to forget ever, but forgiveness for those who hurt us, for what's gone on in the past, and moving forward. Because this shift and crossing the bridge is about taking ownership and responsibility for you and your journey right now. And every day
Yeah.
is a Tuesday. Every day you can choose how to think, feel, and act. That's what you're in control of. And our stories can keep us tethered to the past and lower the energies and keep us in that dense 3D space. It's very
Yeah.
ego driven, right? Ego driven, poor me, poor me. But it's just like, that was then, this is now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I've forgotten what I was about to say, but yeah, it's gone. Sorry.
No, it'll come back. I mean, 3D world is very ego based and 5D world is very soul based. But we can have sort of, I don't know, an ego that can come across with this soul level, a spiritual ego, as opposed to, just the 3D mental ego. So it's getting rid of the spiritual ego as well, because that's keeping us tethered to the past with, yeah, but I was so hard done by, and this is playing out and that's playing out. But we're perpetuating that story.
Letting go of the stories and forgiveness that you were talking about. This is what I was going to say. I did find it again. So a big part of forgiveness, which a lot of people tend to disagree with or can disagree with, but forgiveness and forgetting are the same parcel.
Mm,
Because if you're remembering, then you're not letting go.
mm,
So as you forgive and you let go, you have to let go of the story, which means forgetting, putting it
mm,
to bed and leaving it there.
mm,
Because otherwise you're going to remember and you're going to keep remembering, you're going to remember in all those different ways, whether psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally. And that's what you don't want, because that is the point of forgiving. It's about setting yourself free. It's got nothing to do with any other person. It's
mm.
setting yourself free,
Yeah.
setting your thoughts and your emotions, and bringing self-awareness into the positive rather than the negative,
Yeah.
because the positives of self-awareness are incredible. And you learn how to really look at yourself and say, okay, that's not working for me. That never has worked for me. I might tweak that a little and bring everything back to not blaming yourself, but not blaming the outside world,
Mm,
just looking at the direct picture and saying, okay, how can I change this a little bit? How can I make this feel better? Just a little bit.
mm,
What direction can I take?
mm,
And letting go of everything else.
mm,
It can be tricky, particularly in the beginning, but as you become more experienced at it, you learn to recognize things straight off the bat.
mm,
Um, you know, I've been getting into my financial side, and I can see now how I have created and recreated this self-abusive financial situation that I can now let go of and say, okay, I don't need to go there anymore, because I can see that pattern and
mm,
I deserve more, and I can give myself more for, letting go.
mm,
So, and you can apply that to any aspect.
mm. I love that. When you said setting yourself free, I just got the tingles all over me because this is it. It's finding this freedom in this new 5D space or in the new world. And it's as you said, seeing the pattern, having that awareness of the patterns and what things are connecting to. And what I really loved is that you said the forgiveness and the forgetting, because I often say you can forgive, but you don't need to forget. But as you say, the forget is then still tethering you to the past. And what has been has been. And it's interesting you bring up financials, because often with my clients that I'm speaking to, and even myself, we go into victim mode sometimes about, it's hard done by, particularly when I'm working with divorce clients and the situations, and it is what it is. But 3D money, control, power is very 3D. And so
Yeah,
it's
it
letting
is.
go of
Absolutely.
that as well. And personally,
Yeah.
I found that really hard, but I've embraced it, and I found it now very empowering because it's allowed me to break free. And that's all I wanted. And I think as we're crossing this bridge at the moment, it's about breaking through with these light
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah. Being that the financial trap is very 3D, so too is the I want, I want, I want.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And they go together with the financial. And, I deserve even can be very ego. And there's so many different levels that you can go on that. But to let go of what you think you want,
Yeah.
what you think you have, what you think you don't want and don't have, and move into that space of everything is perfect. Everything is that is meant for me is coming for me.
Mm,
Everything, I have all that I need. I always have all that I need.
mm,
So and being not just using them as affirmations, but falling into that gratitude of looking around you and go, you know what? I do have everything I need.
mm,
So don't let that banter and that barter that's constantly advertised all around us to say, well, I want more, I want this, and I deserve it because this
mm,
is my life and I want to eat my cake and I want to have three and, you know, give it all a rest.
Mm,
and find the gratitude for all that you do have. Because really, if you're watching this podcast, you are so rich and so well off and
mm,
so divine.
mm. I,
Gratitude.
and once again, what you were just talking about is the spiritual ego. I'm a good person. I've done the right thing, so I deserve this. But this 5D is not, it's having that gratitude and realizing that there's abundance all around us. Everything is already there. We just continue on out of this. Money is so tethering people. And we're living in this 3D world, and it's hard to let go that it will be okay in this 5D space by having that faith, the trusting, being in
Yep.
that center point, not getting caught up in the chaos, but just being centered. And once again, we're going back to basics of that, building
Yep.
community, back to, I don't know, I can't wait. In my head, I see 5D as like a kibbutz, right? Everyone just lives in the space. You get up, you take clothes off the top of the pile. Someone's doing the veggies, someone's doing the garden, someone's doing the washing, whatever. It's a collective community.
Harmony. Yeah.
Mm,
It's harmony and being
mm,
completely happy in your own space and knowing that your space is not dependent on how anybody else feels.
mm,
And it's not for you to tell others how to clean their space because it's their space.
mm,
So if they're not asking, let them be and they'll find a way because that's how life works. That's what karma is. Karma is your teacher.
mm.
Karma shows the way.
Love that. Yeah, let them be and set yourself free. Love that. Because emotions are very 3D as well, very, they keep us tethered and caught up and whatever. So I think this is a perfect time to segue into bringing in the beautiful golden group and see what sort of insights they can add. They always come in with amazing words of wisdom, but as Kaz does as well. Setting yourself free and let them be, tapping into the harmony, stepping up and letting go.
I
Ooh.
must say, they are here with me for the whole session. So
And
I am getting,
it just flows through because it's just like it.
I have to give them credit because they're part of this whole space. And so are you, my dear.
That's very 3D, where you've got to credit them, like in the footings.
Yeah. But you know what? It's part of being human as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
We can
we're
get
not here to be in heaven. We're here to find heaven despite the humanness, but we've still got to enjoy the humanness. Like,
I know.
otherwise, there's no point.
I always laugh. We chose to be here for this experience. Ooh. Because it's just getting yourself centered, getting into channel, allowing this beautiful group called the Golden Group to come through. It's a collective once again, because teamwork makes the dream work. So let's see what insights they have to share with us today.
Welcome. Welcome, dear ones. We thank you so much for creating this space. Each and every one of you who are here today and watching in future are all a part of this space. It's incredible, incredible space. This space, like each of you, is moving higher, elevating, learning, growing, and blooming into the highest version of yourself that you choose to be.
Mm.
And in doing so, yes, indeed, it is all about letting go of all that you are not. For there is so much that has been taught to you, so much that you are holding on to that has nothing to do with who you are or why you are here. You are here to flow. You are here to love. You are here to find your bliss, to enjoy, to find fulfillment, despite any other space around you. It's your space, and you can share your space with others at the appropriate time, and you can move yourself away from those spaces when it is the right time to do so for you and for them. That is a part of letting go, a part of letting go of the people and the stories that they want to tell you,
Mm.
and the stories that you create with them, sometimes simply through your attempts at listening. You can be reflaming the fire, the very energy that causes these issues to manifest. You know within you how people make you feel when they tell their stories. You know how you feel when you are being called upon. Allow yourself the privilege of rejecting, preventing yourself from experiencing those energies that you do not wish to experience through letting go of the people, the places, the stories, the jobs, the music, the books, the TVs, the thoughts. All that is should be uplifting. All that is should be embraceable. All that is should be in the flow of divine elevation so that you can feel the bliss of life, even in the darkest, most sullen times. You still know that the love is there, embracing these moments. And that is the difference between the loving hard times and the times that aren't yours to experience a hard time with. Finding that dividing line, letting go of what is too hard and not for you, while embracing the love, the joy of life. Let life flow. That is the fifth dimensional energy. It is flow. It is not magic. It feels like magic, but it is alignment. And it is a journey to find that alignment. You cannot pull it out of a hat.
Mm.
You must choose and move toward it by letting go of that which isn't for you. We thank you, and we love you, and we bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. There's so many gold nuggets that come out of these little channels. Amazing. Welcome back, Kaz. Give yourself a moment to come back in. Oh, I just love it because it's just, they're so gentle and nurturing with the way that they support and sort of encourage to keep going, because we have to do the work, and sometimes it can be tricky. It is, I don't like to say hard because I don't even like that word, but letting go of old conditioning, of old belief systems, of the way that our parents were brought up and their parents, and lineage stuff that's carried down. But the closing line there was let life flow. And that's so 5D. That's the new 5D way that we're stepping into. Just let life flow. It's all in alignment, and it's a journey to find this alignment, and it's a choice to move forward or stay stuck in that past. So I think I always get so many notes down when I'm doing it. Oh man, just like letting go of the people. I think that's a big one, letting go of people, because so many people, it almost it fuels them to be in that, doesn't have to be victim mode, but just that lower consciousness state. And I've seen it a lot this week with clients I've been talking to. Is they feel like the black sheep because they're feeling this soul pull towards this 5D sort of way of life, but they're sort of anchored down with surroundings of very heavy 3D.
Many people, I think, with the black sheep, I mean, I grew up the golden child, apparently, and then became the black sheep afterward. And I just think many of us were born in flocks we were not meant to be in.
Yeah.
You know, we are the rainbow sheep. It doesn't matter what color we are,
Yeah,
you know.
unicorns
It,
often people say it.
yeah, it doesn't matter whether we're sheep, we're cows, we're goats, whatever. I'd rather be a cow. I love cows. But the point is, were we put there to have that experience and to change that experience? Because even though it may look like nothing's changed, I've just been thrown out of the flock,
Mm,
fundamentally, energetically, things have changed and will remain changed forevermore.
mm,
And that's because of the black sheep.
mm.
So, carry your 3 bags full with pride because you deserve that for all you have faced.
Mm. It's interesting because I've just been on a recent retreat and bringing like-minded people together, and they've said, on their own, they can feel quite isolated and misunderstood, and but collectively, it doesn't matter, like connecting on Zoom or whatever, just hanging with your tribe. And I think all
Yeah,
of us, as we've been waking up or expanding our consciousness, are stepping up, and some people are staying behind, and friends, family, whatever. Yeah, it's just part of our involvement and expansion.
yeah.
And like,
Because your best life doesn't have to look like their best life.
mm,
Their best life may be what you consider to be ordinary. And you may want them to do more, to be more, and to come on the journey with you, but that's something you have to let go of.
mm.
Because this person who you look down on as at being ordinary and asleep may just be very, very happy and in flow with who they are.
That's a
So,
really good point. That is a really good point, because not everyone is choosing to go on this enlightenment path or on this expansion path. And it can be just too much. And they just go, no, I'm happy
yeah,
in my little world. And that's fine. This is the whole thing. There is no judgment or criticism on anybody.
no,
It's our own personal journey, our own
yeah.
personal choices where we're going. I think that was a really good point you just brought up.
Let go of everybody else's
Yeah.
journey. Like,
Yeah.
mind your own space and move up in it. If they want to come, they will. You might meet them up there. They might take a different route to you, but
Yeah.
don't hold on to them because it's only keeping you down. That's not down on a bad level, but
Yep.
down away from the path that you want to be on.
Mm,
They don't want to come with you. Let them go.
mm.
Just let them go. Let them be who they are.
Yeah.
Don't judge them.
Yeah. Mind your own space. That's another little golden nugget coming out of
I
your.
like that. Mind your own space.
In the UK, they have mind the gap, so mind your own space. I love that because it's your space and that's it, right? And it's the spaces within the spaces that we're stepping into anyway, because there is no real time and space. It's just into this
Yeah,
void.
it's my space and I'm responsible for it. Nobody else makes me feel, or nobody else. Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, fabulous.
Anyway,
Yeah, go on.
let's ask the cards.
Oh, I was just about to pull them. That's what I was just about to turn around. So I think this is all about letting go and just, unshackling yourself to be free and let life flow. Mind your own
Yeah,
space. It's the only space that you've got to worry about, and not even to
yeah,
worry. Let's not even use those words, because worry is just another heavy 3D dense energy. So, mind your
yeah.
own space. I love that. I want a t-shirt that says mind your own space.
Let's create one.
Why not? Mind your own space. Oh, hilarious. Okay, the card today says Celebrate your wins. See, this is another good way of getting you out of your stories. Look at what is going well. Your wins are your stepping stones to bigger and better
Yes.
things. Celebrate them to maintain inspiration and motivation to keep going. This is going to celebrating your wins helps you step out of that victim, helps you get out from being stuck to move forward, getting that energy and motion in a positive way. It inspires you, it motivates you. It's like recognizing your own achievements, right? That's once again having that awareness and then going, yeah, I'm doing really well. And then the more you start to do that, the less you sort of stay stuck. So celebrate your wins. Ooh, what is
My win. Can you see this? This is my driftwood I found on the beach. It's now my walking pole. I love it.
love
I
it?
feel like a wizard. I feel like a wizard.
Oh, someone had a beautiful crystal inside some driftwood, and then lacquered over on some beautiful pieces I saw on the weekend.
Yeah, I
We
bet it's beautiful.
along my beach, they have so much driftwood, but there's got all these fines. You can't take any of it off the beach. And I'm just, once again, all this heavy stuff. But let's not end on a heavy note. Let's end on a light note. So any further passing comments or words of wisdom, little insights about letting go, getting out of,
No, just do it.
let go, let life flow, and mind your own space. I love that.
Mind your own space.
That's just the perfect way to finish. Well, thank you once again, Kaz, for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thanks,
See
everyone.
you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
That's it for this episode of The Quantum Thread.
If you have questions you'd like answered by the channel or topics you want us to explore, reach out anytime.
You can connect with Kaz for private channel sessions or with either of us for support on your journey.
Until next time, keep tuning in, trusting yourself, and following your inner thread.